Hello everyone and welcome back to Car Venus 14. Now today we are going to be looking at the Chalk Prince and the Dragon event quest from patch 1.2. Now as you all know, in patch 1.2 there was the event that's called the Chalk Prince and the Dragon. Now this event quest was Albedo's event quest. So each event actually is dedicated to a character. So basically the Unreconciled Stars event, which if you haven't seen, go check it out. I made a video on that, so if you guys would like to see the summary of that video, of that event, then check that video out. But this video we're going to be focusing on the Chalk Prince and the Dragon. So basically, the Unreconciled Stars event was basically it was very rotated around Fischl, and it was basically like Fischl's character story quest. Now Albedo, we already had a character story quest. If you guys want to check that out, I also made a summary for that for Albedo's story quest as well, Albedo's character story quest. So check that one out as well. So the event quest takes place after Albedo's story quest. Now, yeah. So, like I said, the Chalk Prince and the Dragon takes place after Albedo's character story quest. So this video won't actually make any sense to you if you don't know about Albedo's story quest. So if you do want to look at Albedo's, if you do want to watch this video, then I suggest watching Albedo's story quest first, because this video is going to make a lot more sense. Or you could just not watch Albedo's story quest and watch this video, and everything will be up in the air a little bit. But, you know, it's up to you at the end of the day. So, yeah. I apologize if I sounded very, very annoying or obnoxious or whatever the word is for that. So, yeah. Anyway, on with the story quest. Now, it starts off as, by the way, at this point, we already know who Albedo is, and we've already worked with him, so I'm just going to skip over that. So, yeah, we go back up to Albedo's camp in the mountains, and, basically, sorry. No, that's a bit, I'm jumping a bit too far. Okay, so the story starts off with, Sucrose basically has a hunch that Albedo is hiding something from, well, everyone, and she asks us to basically go up to Albedo and find out what's going on, what he's hiding from us. So, yeah, basically, we go up to Albedo's camp again, and then we, basically, Albedo shows us this sword, the Festering Desire. So, yeah, the Festering Desire is the sword that we get given to at the very, at the beginning of this event. And basically, Albedo has discovered it, and he wants us to basically test the power of the sword, and what it's functioning off of, like, its power source. Now, the sword comes with a very, like, it's quite an ominous glow and a very ominous look to the sword, and it's also later revealed that the nemesis of Venti, aka Barbados, and Dvalin, who is one of the Four Winds, the nemesis of those two are Durin. Now, Durin was an evil dragon that was actually created from the Abyss. Now, if you don't know what the Abyss is like hell. Like, you know how in, religion that people, we believe in heaven and hell if you're religious, or maybe you just know of it. So, yeah. Well, us humans believe in a heaven and hell. Well, the Abyss is basically hell in Genshin Impact. And what's the heaven? Well, heaven in Genshin Impact is actually Celestia. So, yeah, Celestia is heaven and the Abyss is hell. So, Durin was a dragon that was created through basically all types of negative emotions: corruption, hatred, rage, vengeance, and all of that combined basically made Durin. Now, Durin's blood is also a poisonous blood. In fact, his blood is the very essence that runs through the Abyss itself. In fact, during the war, Durin was so powerful that Barbados knew he couldn't defeat him on his own. So he called upon the help of Dvalin, and both of them defeated Durin. Now, this fight took place, I don't know where, but at the end of it, Durin's body, when he died, was actually banished to Dragonspine, and he was sealed there. So, in fact, all of the ley lines and animals that not animals, and the creatures and monsters that we see there, they are all being powered by Durin's blood. So Durin's blood has literally seeped into the Dragonspine region, and it's basically flowing through the ley lines of the mountain, and that's actually what is actually powering the creatures in the Dragonspine region. So yeah, basically after that battle, Barbados and Dvalin both had to go into resting for 500 years because obviously because the Abyss power and Celestia's power, which is what Barbados and Dvalin basically are, they both came into contact, and yeah. So as we all know, in the real world, I'm going to try not to go too in depth about lore here, but in the real world, heaven and hell are obviously both opposing forces, right? The forces of heaven are much weaker in hell, and the forces of hell are much weaker in heaven. So basically that keeps an equilibrium. Now, technically, when Celestians come into contact with the Abyssal people, right, they're much weaker. So when Venti came into contact with Dvalin's blood and venom, he had to go into resting for 500 years because that was how powerful Durin's blood was. Yeah. And same with Dvalin as well. Because they both came into contact with Durin's blood, they both had to go into resting for 500 years to heal. Which, obviously, as we all know now, 500 years later is when Venti comes back onto Earth. So, yeah. Anyway, that's basically the lore. I may have gone a bit too in-depth. I mean, it's already been 7 minutes, and we haven't even talked about the event yet. Well, properly. So, yeah. That's basically Act 1, and Act 2 was where, the whole, Venti and Dvalin versus Durin thing happened. So, yeah, and then, after that, Act 3, there wasn't really a lot, I can't really remember a lot about the story, but, yeah, I can't really remember a lot about the story from Act 3. I don't think there was actually anything that important, but in Act 4, it's when, when Reckless Pallid did the most atrocious deed of all time. So, yeah. Basically, in Act 4, you all know that huge, annoying Cryo-Regiswine that we had to go against. It was ridiculously cancerous to do. I mean, not the actual co-op battle, but I'm saying, like, the actual story mission, the story fight that we had to do. Oh my good lord, it was so annoying. Anyway, basically, when we meet up with Sucrose again, right? Who basically asked for a situation report on what's happening. Now, the Traveler and Paimon tell Sucrose everything that Albedo's told them, like, the sword, the whole Durin versus Barbados and Dvalin fight. Yeah, that whole thing. And basically, when we try to head back down to down the mountain to try and find Albedo, we run across Reckless Pallid. Now he came up to the mountain thinking it was going to be all right, and well, turns out he started to freeze. Yeah, he started to get really cold, and to make matters worse, the Fatui had also overheard. Well, they already knew about the sword a long time ago, like as soon as Albedo told us. So yeah. They knew about the sword, and they wanted to come and steal it for La Signora. So, yeah, clearly the Fatui also have some simps for La Signora as well. But there we go. I guess they are humans at the end of the day. So, yeah, we defeat the Fatui skirmishers, and then Albedo comes along, and he's not really annoyed. Well, to be fair, Albedo's not really an emotionful man. Emotion. I don't even know if that's a word. He's not a very emotionless man. He's not a very emotionless man. Basically, what I'm trying to say is he doesn't show any emotions. There we go. Stop being smart. Alright, so basically, yeah, Albedo comes along and he basically asks us to present the sword while Sucrose is off taking care of Reckless Pallid. Now, we tell Albedo the progression of the sword and how much more powerful it's become when it comes into contact with enemies. So, yeah, after that, Reckless Pallid, somehow gains enough energy to run towards the sword. Now, the reason he runs toward the sword is because the dark energy inside the sword, basically, Reckless Pallid saw it as a heat source, so he runs towards it, pushes Sucrose out of the way, pushes the sword over, and the sword falls near a dead Cryo-Regisvine root. Now, because the Durin's, the whole fact that Durin's blood thing, right? The Durin's blood flowing through the Festering Desire sword actually managed to seep its way into the Cryo-Regisvine's roots and power it, and that's why the whole annoying thing happened. Hence why I don't actually rescue Reckless Pallid anymore. Yeah, I don't really rescue Reckless Pallid when he's getting attacked by monsters. In fact, I sort of just rush past him. I know it's quite rude, but frankly, I went through a lot of annoying times during that story mission. It was really annoying. I had to redo that event 5 times. You have no idea how painful it was. Oh my good lord, I just get bad nightmares after doing that story mission. The co-op was alright, but the actual story mission itself was... Jesus Christ. Anyway, enough about that. So yeah, at the end of that, we defeat the Cryo-Regisvine, and basically we take the sword back to Dvalin after that. Now, Dvalin? Did I say Dvalin? Sorry, I meant Albedo. We take the sword back to Albedo, and then after that, there's no real event. It just tells us what goes on, like, what to do now. So he basically gifts us the sword as a reward, and without the obvious powerful essence inside. So yeah, he basically extracts the actual Durin's blood that's flowing within the sword. Now, if you didn't know, Durin's blood is the actual essence inside the Festering Fang sword, Festering Desire sword. So yeah. After that, he gives us the sword, we carry on with our way, and then Albedo says a monologue. He basically makes another monologue. He says, the whole Durin's blood, Reindotir, was this your creation? Or Master, was this your creation? Was the two of us really meeting a good thing? So basically, if for those of you guys that don't know, this is just speculation by the way, but Reindotir is apparently gold, and if you don't know who gold is apparently supposed to be Albedo's master. So yeah, he's supposed to be Albedo's master, and he's supposedly the one that created Durin with the abyssal energy and the whole, negative emotions thing. So yeah, and that's basically it. Now, whether all of this information, the whole speculation and theory of things is true, I don't know. We'll just have to progress through the story to find out. Now, a lot of people are actually saying that Albedo's whole story, like, his origins and everything, are going to become very, very important towards the end game. Like, as we go further and further into the story, Albedo is going to become a much more important character. So yeah. Now, this isn't a full who is Albedo video, like his theory and everything. So I'm not going to go too in depth of that. So yeah. That's basically the Chalk Prince and the Dragon event summarized, guys. Now, that's basically all of the videos that I actually planned on summarizing. So we've done all of the Archon quests. Well, we've done Mondstadt and Liyue's Archon quest summaries. We've done all of the character story quest summaries. And we've now completed the event quest summaries as well, right? You have no idea how happy I am, because now I don't actually have to, now I don't actually have to recall events of, basically recall any of these events from the character stories. So yeah, from here on out, we are going to be playing through every single type of story content in the game. So character story quests, Archon story quests, and event story quests. So yeah, now as you all know, the story quest for Zhao is coming out on the 3rd of February. So we are definitely going to be uploading a video of Zhao's story quest once it comes out, right? On the 3rd of February. Make sure you guys are subscribed, because from here on out, things are going to get very, very interesting. You'll actually be able to see gameplay of you know, you'll actually be able to see my own gameplay. You'll be able to see how far I've gone into the story. You'll be able to see how badly I've done in Abyss. You'll be able to see all my character builds. Well, like I said, I'm not gonna try and, you know, maybe I may dedicate maybe 1 or 2 videos on character builds, but that's it. Because like I said, I haven't properly built my characters yet. I'm just really super unlucky on artifacts. So yeah, that's basically it. But if you guys do want to see like my different character build videos of my characters and the way I've built my characters towards, then definitely put that down in the comments below, because once I know you guys are interested in something like that, then I'll definitely do a video of it. So yeah. Anyway, guys, 3rd of February, patch 1.3 release date. Just to let you know, if you today's the 1st of February. If you guys haven't already, the pre-download is available for patch 1.3, so you can actually pre-download content, like some of the content for patch 1.3 today. So if you want to do that and save some time on the actual day of the update, then, you know, you can do that today as well. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, which is going to be on the 3rd of February once Zhao's story comes out. Now, like I said, we're going to mainly focus on story in our Genshin Impact playthrough. So I'm not going to do like build guides. I'm not going to do you know, tips and tricks on this video, because personally I see myself as someone that isn't really capable of doing, you know, character build guides, especially from a free-to-play point. Because I'm a free-to-play player, I won't have all the characters in my roster. I won't have the most broken artifact sets. I won't have like, you know, all of the 5-star weapons. I won't have basically most of the things that a lot of people look for in guides. So I can show you some of the I can show you some of the builds that I've done on my current characters, but I won't go into, like, you know, character builds. All right. So if you, like I said, we're mainly going to focus on story content. But if you guys do want to see how I've built my characters, not a build guide, but how I've built my characters, then put that down in the comments below, because maybe, hopefully, my builds may be able to help you guys. So yeah, but like I said, I'm only going to do story. If you guys want me to post, like, you know, how I built these characters, then put them down in the comments below, or any other ideas that you want me to do. But nothing expensive. I can't do that, alright? That's the one thing I can't do. Every request I'll try and do, but if I can't do them, then I can't do them. I apologize. Just go and look at another YouTuber that actually can do it. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I have been Carvenus14 and still am, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you all on the 3rd of February when patch 1.3 drops, when Zhao's story drops. We're going to be doing a very long video on Zhao's story. So yeah, I will see you then. Make sure you guys rest up. Play Genshin Impact. Well, don't play Genshin Impact a lot, alright? I'm not condoning people to play Genshin Impact. Just play the game when you want to, and do your homework, right? Do your homework, kids. Go to work, adults. Well, go to your online meetings, adults. So, yeah. I will see you all on the 3rd of February. As you can probably tell, I'm dragging this on for quite long because I'm so excited. Yeah. I guess I'll just see you all on the 3rd of February. Stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, promote my channel across all of YouTube's services and platforms and social medias, and I will see you for Zhao's story. Basically, I'm extremely sorry for dragging this on for so long, but yeah, I'm a very excited man. What can I say? It's nearly been 20 minutes. Jesus Christ. All right, I'll leave you guys for the rest of your day. Carry on with your lives. Goodbye.